Fuji do be looking good today, just covered in a cloud. Oh. I guess you guys know where we're going. Woo! I hope you guys are excited, because we are at HKS headquarters. So welcome back to the channel. Obviously today, we are at HKS headquarters. There is a lot to show you, a lot of things we can't show you, but this is who's giving us a tour today. This is Uchimi-san. We've seen him before at Tokyo Auto Salon, and yeah, he's a good friend of ours. He also drives a 34 Skyline, which is awesome. But yeah, why don't you come and why don't you show us around?
Pretty much everything.
Yeah? All right, let's do it.
Let's go.
Let's go. Some big pallets of boxes there, probably some turbo kits or something. Exhaust, muffler kits. Looks like we're going into this building first though. Whoa! Oh, this is cool. So this is on the 3rd floor. How did you get the cars up here though?
We have an elevator.
Oh, you have an elevator?
This is so cool!
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
May is freaking out.
I just feel like laying down on the floor here. Oh my goodness.
This is cool. This is is this an Opel? I don't know anything about this car. I know this.
Okay, maybe we should ask him to
Yeah, please.
explain.
Explain. What's what? What's going on here? What are we looking at?
Here we have, kind of history cars, like X-ray cars, like, as you can see, is our, Lancer Aviation. It used to be, red color scheme. And this car is, Formula car. It's not actual, race car, but kind of test car.
It was back, I think you were telling me at Auto Salon, a long time ago, HKS was making a lot of prototypes to see if they could get into the F1 series. Very cool.
Well, you can see the piping on the side too.
Yeah,
We had to
the exhaust.
cut out the whole thing.
So cool. Oh wow, look, I just noticed all the engines up the back. Oh, we'll look at those in a bit. And this 33 GTR, this thing is very cool. Do all of these still have their engines in them, or are they just shells? Oh, okay. He smiled at me. We get to look. Oh, that is so cool. Old school cam gears. These are so hard to find now. And you can see the HKS, the big, really cool sounding gates up the top. Oh, that is so awesome. Custom intake manifold, everything. So what was this car raced in? Please forgive me, guys. Don't get too mad at me, but I don't know.
This car was, a drag race car. Yes. If you are, familiar with Gran Turismo.
This was in Gran Turismo?
Yes.
That's so cool. Now that you mention it, I think I do remember it back in the day.
Yeah.
When it was like advertised a long time ago. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, now I remember the car. This is the rear. The drag wing, yeah.
Yes.
That's so cool.
Yeah, this is so cool.
Original RGs too.
Yeah, I love the detail on here. Like the body here is like black, but when you go into the carbon
It's
fiber,
carbon fiber for the trunk.
they use that color here. Very well designed.
The interior is simple. Oh, there's no handle on this side.
Here.
Oh, that's the handle? Some people's fingers won't even fit inside that. That's like security. Sorry. Old dog box too, by the looks of it. Or sequential or something.
Actually, air shifter.
Air shifter?
Yes.
Wow. Oh yeah, look at all the solenoids down there.
It's an air shifter.
So like a lot of sequential transmissions, they have air solenoids and you have a tank of like carbon like just gas, and you use that to shift.
Oh, it's like a brake system thing.
No,
That's fluid.
yeah, there's just like actuators and stuff like that that essentially trigger each gear in the transmission.
Wow.
So that's why some cars have paddles on the steering wheel.
Right.
Yeah,
I see.
very cool. Old Briard seat as well. Yeah, see the canister there? That's full
That's
of gas,
it,
and that's
gas.
what powers the transmission. Yeah.
That's cool.
And then that one up the back is for fire safety, I believe. But I could be wrong.
This is cool.
Very cool. The intake light too. This was, I remember seeing like people trying to replicate these lights a long time ago. In the Australian drag scene, some people back in the day used to try and make these. Very cool. The front end is sick.
Yeah.
Man, I'd kill to just have one of these cars. One day. Uchimi-san's gonna sell me one. Can't take a piece of history. More prototypes.
Yes.
Man, HKS really went deep into this, hey? And then they never actually did anything with it. Very interesting. But a lot of other companies were doing the same thing around that time, right? Was it in the 70s or the 80s?
It's 80s.
80s, yeah.
90s.
Super cool.
It's wild to think now. We weren't even born.
Well, I was born 89. You were too.
I'm 90.
You were 90.
Are you?
98.
98. Yeah, okay. Some of these cars are older than us. This is awesome. So I've never seen an Opel in Japan before. What was this used for?
It's what I was used for in JTCC, so I'm not sure about that.
Oh, okay.
GT car.
Very cool. NK wheels.
JTCC, you know, cleaners for group A machines like R32.
Yeah, the Group A 32 GDR. Very cool. Side mirrors. This car's actually really cool. Wow. Mercedes, this thing is massive. I remember seeing this in video games in the day too. It's crazy how far forward the steering wheel got moved and where the seat is so far back.
This one is a GT500 machine. You know, no one just tried to race with a Mercedes, but we did.
Yeah.
That's cool.
This car is very iconic. Like I remember seeing this a lot when I was growing up too.
How much on the ground? It's like.
I think the tires are very flat though.
You're right.
I don't think this car's been moved in a long time.
Yeah.
The Altezza is so cool. Oh my gosh, I just noticed it.
Wow.
That's an Altezza.
Now I want one.
The whole front end looks so much more aggressive than stock. Wow, very cool. Old TC wheels too. I'm expecting like a 2J or like an overly built like 3SGE in here. Oh yep, the 3SGE. Wow, complete suspension conversion. That's so cool. This looks like the same engine that may have been built in the old Group A Supras. Remember how they took the JZ out of those Supras and the JT? Oh, how's it? I always forget the acronym. Yeah. And like the, you know how there's a few of those old GT500 Supras and they took the 2Js out to make them,
3S.
yeah, the 3SGE, which is what this engine is, right? Very cool. Iconic HKS gate and turbo. I love that you guys converted it to this. suspension too. Damn, this thing would be a monster to drive. And the bicycle fenders or the tubs. Very cool. This is the sickest Altezza I think I've ever seen.
And then the wheels too.
Yeah.
The Advan TC2.
Yeah, the old TCs. This is sick. We're gonna have to get some photos of this stuff later.
Yeah.
This is gonna be a long video, I think, guys. What is this thing though?
It's kind of prototype of our concept car.
You made a concept car?
Yes.
I'm learning so much about HKS right now.
Actually, our project is not a progress, but we try to make kind of European taste open car based on a Suzuki Cappuccino. But at the same time, Mazda.
That's it. Wait. Wait. This is the Suzuki Cappuccino?
Yeah, it is.
Man, HKS was like, yeah, okay.
Yeah. So do ne.
That's so interesting. So this has like, this gives me Mustang vibes in a way, the front end. This is very cool. So this was called a P10, I'm assuming, yeah? Wow. Very cool. And roughly when was this developed? In the 90s too?
Yeah, 90s. But at the same time, Mazda launched Miata
Yeah.
Roadstar, so our project.
Oh, so the Roadster Miata canned this project. Oh, wow. Oh, damn you, Mazda. Chris may not have been Ricer Miata. He could have been Ricer P10 if the Miata never was a thing. Yeah, the Miata was a killer car. That thing took off. Very cool, though. This is very, very unique. I didn't even know this existed until now. Super cool.
Is there a reason why we went with yellow?
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
Not sure about that.
Not sure about that? Okay. Oh, well, there you guys go.
Wow. We're
One of
learning a
one.
lot.
Was there only one ever made? Well, and that one. Very cool. Oh man. Got some bike stuff. Nice. Yeah, the 200E was like something that was pretty big, which we saw at Auto Salon. But they did bike engines. You used to be able to buy these as crate engines, right? Yeah. I love the timing case, the HKS stamped into them on this one too. And this one as well. Very cool. Wait, what engine is in this? I'm sorry for putting you on the spot, but like, is this the intake?
Yes.
Why is it so? Is that a restriction, power limiting or something? I don't know.
I
I guess, right? Because all these cars are like, if you're running in like the GT300, GT500, your limit was 500 horsepower, right?
Yes.
That's why the whole super engine change with the 3SGE existed. Also, weight reduction. That was super. Dude, look at all the mil-spec wiring harness stuff. Up there, full proper like F1 mil-spec. And then this thing's had suspension change as well, so you don't have like the McPherson strut design. I can't remember the name of this, but they've changed all the suspension into the strut here. Dang, this would have been so cool back in the day. But it's still cool now. But yeah, we're assuming that the intake was brought down really small like this as a restriction purposely for the series. That's crazy. Very cool. The carbon fiber intake too. Man, these cars. We gotta go back. We gotta go back. This engine was on display at Tokyo Auto Salon, but there's a few other ones here. They're very, very cool. Look, there's a 4G63 here. I've never seen a 4G63 that looks this cool before. This valve cover is so unique. I think that's like the water pump integrated into the rear there, off the back of the cam. So cool. These old engines are just incredible. This thing made 656 PS at 7,500 RPM. That's ridiculous. That's pretty much 650 horsepower out of that. That's wild. No wonder it's got dual injectors every intake port. This thing's cool. Classic HKS valve cover. Man, This thing's wild. I have no idea what engine this is. Out of that car, that's crazy. Very cool. And the intake ports are on the top here. It's the first time I've ever seen that in an engine. Learning a lot of things. What is it? Ford Sigma HKS engine? Jeez. This is very cool. This is an S15 sequential transmission. Very cool. These things back in the day were like top class. Yeah, I think Okachan has a couple of these sitting in the corner of your shop. This is the engine that came out of the Mercedes over there. Apparently this car had a lot of problems and just kept breaking down, and it was like impossible to get parts. That's why I got retired fairly early. And I think we're pretty right on like the intake being brought down to those really thin tubes was for a restriction, because this was right at 493 PS, and if they go above, I think it was like 495, they had issues in the GT500 with regulations. Hence why it was called GT500, everything had to stay under 500 horsepower. This thing's cool, it's an aeroplane engine. Imagine having a HKS powered aeroplane. Very cool. And I'm really enjoying looking at all this information on the wall here. This here is wild. There's a supercharger and a turbo all built onto this engine, and this is for a jet ski. This thing made like 350 horsepower. That sounds extremely scary on a jet ski. But just looking at all this information here, so there's probably the jet ski there. But you can see this is the Evo. It's red here. That's what he was saying before, but it's got a different livery on it now. Their factory in Thailand, and some of the old cars here. Oh man, so cool. Back in the day, man. Very, very cool. The facilities back then. Just looking at all the history stuff on the wall. Oh, here's some airplane stuff. There's that engine we just looked at. It's cool. HKS Power. Where was this flown? Wait, is that Fuji?
Yeah.
Wait, is this flown like just in the backyard here or something? They'd like test it here? There's a little airfield.
That's kind of, how do I say?
Kasoro.
Kasoro.
Near.
Yeah, near here.
Oh, so you remember when we were coming here, we saw
Oh, there was a little small airfield. That's there. Ah, I like it. The little muffler out the side here and the HKS Power old school logo there.
That's cool.
This is so cool. Oh, and here's the concept car.
Oh.
And this thing, that looks sketchy fun. Oh look, HKS Aviation. Yeah. Do you guys still do aeroplane stuff?
No.
No, you stopped entirely. Oh, okay. That's a little sad.
We still have rebuild parts for it.
Oh, you still rebuild the parts for these?
No, rebuild, but just straight.
Oh, okay.
Repair parts.
Oh, okay. Still do the parts. That's cool. And then some of the testing stuff. Oh, they used a 4G92 engine. The classic Bob blower valve. There's the Opel car. Man, there's so much cool history on this wall. Oh my god, the drag Supra. Where's this? Not here?
Not here.
Is it still around? Or it doesn't exist anymore?
Yeah, it is.
It is?
Actually, other Japanese shop has it.
Oh, okay.
Not the same color scheme,
Oh, okay.
but still existing.
I have one very important question. Can you make sure the next lot of oil you send me has the pink logo? I just noticed the pink pattern, and oh my god, that looks so cool. Next time you guys send me oil for the FD car, it has to come with that, okay?
Special one.
Special SAMMIT edition. That would be so cool. Yeah, we'll talk about that later. There's the 33 drag car, and then there's the 70 Supra. Oh man. Can we go back in time? You guys got a time machine in the factory here? Oh man. Yo, that front bumper on the 32 is wild. 0R, man. So cool.
Wow. We can stand here.
Oh, this is gonna be a long ass video. I do not apologize for this, guys. Yeah, we're actually getting to see some really unique stuff that probably no one has ever filmed before. There is still some things here that we will not be able to show you today, like inside the factory and all that kind of stuff. That's all kept under wraps, and no one has ever been able to take a photo, video, or anything, even talk about what they've seen pretty much. You're all like under NDA stuff. But we'll work on that, maybe soon. This place.
Oh my goodness.
May's reaction.
My heart.
Love
Where do I
it.
start? Which way?
You see the Swift?
Oh,
Very cool, right? This is awesome.
wait, I think I remember seeing this in the...
Hold on a moment. Is the steering wheel in the center of the car?
Yes.
That would trip me out so much.
I didn't...
Look at it, it's in the middle of the freaking car.
This is the one that Nobu-san was driving Time Attack at Tsukuba, right? Yeah, I remember seeing this on YouTube.
This is so cool. Carbon fiber doors are crazy light. Look at this. So crazy. Shifter's been moved over there. Full PDM by the looks of it. It's like a Motec one. Man, the center seat is so trippy. I wonder what that would feel like driving. And the pedal box there too.
Swift, so...
Man, it just feels like you're almost driving a go-kart, I feel.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's what it looked like on the GoPro footage.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Turbo kit. This thing is cool. It's stripped out though. Weight reduction everywhere.
Yeah. They did a full breakdown on that video and they had to strip everything out.
Is this titanium canards?
Yes.
I like my legs, so I'm not gonna walk close to this. Just like, oh, lost my leg on the side of that. That looks so cool though with the burnt titanium. Dang. Oh man, this is such a cool car. I wonder how fast it is. Massive wheels too. Are these like 19s? 18s. Very nice. Dang, the new Swift looks so aggressive. Oh, the whole rear's cut out too. Is that the fuel cell? That little tiny thing? Is that even 5 liters of gas? Lunchtime. Yep. And then there's the old prototype F1 car. Oh, and then there's the 70 Supra.
Yes.
The drag car. Man, this is so cool. I'm sure you guys have seen media on this, but this is a Time Attack 8.6. This thing is wild. The whole front end is a full removable piece, so you can't just like lift the hood up. But very, very insane. This wing is wild. That's gotta create a lot of downforce. Dude, that's insane. Very cool. Man, Nob gets to play with some of the coolest cars. Instructions, like you gotta push the lock. Wow. The front spoiler, all the reinforcement things to hold it in place. This is so cool, this aero. Wow. So much detail when you look at these cars in person that you just don't get to see, and I'm sure the camera doesn't do this justice. Very cool. Then there's the 35 GDR here. This thing's nice. You got the HKS Yaris. This was grip based too, right? Yeah, all of these I think are grip cars, hey. Yeah.
This drift car.
Oh, this is a drift car? Nice. That's really cool. Whoa, the tube. You just noticed that. Wow. It's very cool. Carbon intake. TJZ 3.4. Nice big turbo.
This car is actually done by Daigo Saito.
Oh, Daigo did the work on this?
Yes.
That's cool. We're outside now looking at some of the other demo cars that are stored out here and used for, like, you know, salespeople and stuff to go visit shops and whatnot. Of course, May's looking at the Swift.
This is the one you wanted.
Yeah, I do want the new model. HKS makes a really nice turbo kit for them too.
They got the exhaust
You got this. You got this.
exhaust.
Yes, full exhaust kit. What's actually really cool is their Pro Boxes, or, you know, Succeeds. See this here? HKS biofuel system. So we learned something new that HKS has been developing for not only themselves, but other companies and taxis and stuff, right?
Yes.
The LPG, like natural gas systems and stuff like that, that are used throughout Tokyo. There's another one over here too. See the biofuel system on the side of that Pro Box. It was really cool. They develop all that here and put them on those cars. That's sick. LPG was a big thing in Australia in the early 2000s, so it's cool to see that they're doing that stuff here in Japan too. We've got the GR Yaris demo car out here. Subaru. WRX STI. And then the VRZ. That's cool. Oh, you even got a Velfire, or is that an Alphard? Alphard. That's cool. Man. And these are mainly just used for you guys when you're like going to events and all that type of stuff, right? Yeah, that's cool.
I've seen it on the road a few times.
Yeah, I think so, on the highway. So we're now finished looking at cars, and I've been instructed to put this little green hat on. You look good, man. Because we're going into the main factory. Now, unfortunately, I can't film anything in there. It's all top secret. No one has ever been allowed to film in there. But I'm going to enjoy it, and I'll pick up after that. We just finished the factory tour, and wow, I had no idea that so much was in like done here in this location. HKS actually have a fair few different locations around Japan, as well as obviously overseas and stuff. So it's really cool to see what actually gets done here. And we got to check out the full coilover manufacturing, like everything from like a steel cylinder all the way to a completed coilover. They even do all the spring winding and all that kind of stuff here, the reforging and stuff to like re-strengthen the springs and all that type of stuff. It was really cool. And then we also got to check out the engine part section with all the conrods being machined, the pistons being machined and all that kind of stuff. So it was really, really cool. And hopefully one day we will be able to show you guys. It's something that I am passionate about and working on with them. And hopefully we can do that. But obviously there's a lot of restrictions and stuff like that, and top like trade secrets and things like that we can't show. So that's also why. But what I can show you is this is kind of like the head office section where everyone comes in and we do our meetings, and they got some cool stuff on display. But what I really want to show you is what the H stands for in HKS. And that would be this person, Hasegawa-san. And he is actually no longer with us, but there's a statue in his honor here, and the detail of this is insane. But the actual initials, HKS, it stands for the initials of the initial people that founded HKS. So
S is actually Sigma or.
Oh, Sigma Holdings, which is, I think, the finance company or something like that, right? Yeah, so it's really cool. If you didn't know, that's what HKS stands for. It's not like high performance. I don't know what K means. But anyways, you know what I mean. This is cool. They've got a couple cars on display. There's Nob talking about his thing. It's a nice new turbo here, F-Con. Oh look, I'm glad it says camera okay here. And of course the famous HKS oil, which by the way, the most insane best oil I have ever used. I shouldn't have done this, but I ran my car for 3 events and the oil still looked the same when it came out with ethanol, which is mind-blowing, guys. Like actually mind-blowing. So their engine oil is miles ahead anything else I've ever used, and it's so cool. And I think, to be honest, my engine's been running for 2 years, not a single problem. Compression's great, everything's good. Will it last another year? Let's find out. Jimmy-san, thank you so much for today. It's been such a privilege to check out everything with you, and you taking your time to spend it with us to do this.
It's my pleasure.
Thank you, man. Yeah, we're gonna do some videos with this guy soon. Take him for a couple track days maybe, and he's 34. Teach you how to slide around. Yeah, that would be such a good video. Let's do it.
HKS employer how to drift.
Yes. But otherwise, I think we're going to wrap up today's video here. I really hope you enjoyed it. I certainly did, and obviously having an incredible relationship with HKS and being able to check out their facilities and share that with you guys is such a privilege, and it's never really been done before to this extent. So massive props to them, and hopefully in the future we get to see some more stuff kind of unlocked as we go along. Thank you so much for watching. Smash the like button, write a comment, and subscribe. Let me know in the comment section any other kind of factories or anything like that you want to check out in Japan, and We'll let Nob sign this out. See you guys.